Hello, welcome inside the Hera press box. Tonight we're going to do things a little differently. We are at halftime of the U.S. women's national team game against Australia in the Tournament of Nations. We're going to use these probably 12 minutes now that we have to discuss the first half, any thoughts that we have, and see what we can get through. First, if you want to talk about the starting lineups, we made comments about that. And now that we have seen a little bit of Taylor Smith, 45 minutes of the defender, any comments so far on her?
Yeah, I do believe I told you she's been impressive, at least so far in my eyes. I like the way that she's playing. She's playing in a little bit more aggressive way as far as pushing forward and moving up in the field. I was just not, I guess I wasn't expecting that from our back line, at least from what over the years we've seen from our back line.
Yeah, and that's to bring up Aaron Smith again. That's the role that she plays. So I guess if we can mold Taylor Smith into doing those sorts of things, I wouldn't have a problem with her continuing the effort that she's given tonight.
Yeah.
So I've noticed tonight
You mean, hold
already
on, you mean Aaron Smith or Taylor Smith?
Aaron Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the position and what she would bring to the table. So yeah, this
Okay.
is good to see. Uh,
Yeah.
so our midfield doesn't the possession time for our midfield is very not to be desired.
Right.
And I
That's a very nice way of putting it.
so and that's been kind of one of the ideas as far as why aren't we dominating?
Mhm,
I guess where there doesn't seem to be that chemistry between our forwards and midfielders, and
mhm, mhm.
it doesn't seem like our midfield is calm enough, or does I don't know.
Right.
It's
Yeah. And that's kind of something that they touched on in the broadcast. I know that you're not listening to it, but Foudy brought up that point of, they've kind of been switching things around up front and in midfield just to kind of see how it goes. They brought up the fact that Carly Lloyd wasn't starting tonight. So again, just going with, experimenting and see what happens with it. A while back, I think when we did the kind of the dream team lineup of U.S. women's national team, I had brought up Lauren Holiday. And I think really ever since her absence, we haven't fully had a great connection between our midfield and up front, or midfield and back line, even. And I think that that was a huge part that we essentially, in essence, took for granted because we're sitting here and we're talking about it, how it's not, the connection's not there. I think Mewis was a little bit quiet uh, in the first half here. So again, just trying to build in
yeah, I didn't even know she
Haran.
was playing.
Yeah, yeah, right. Building in Haran, and I think Haran is she up front tonight? Technically, I don't even know if she's
And Hughes in
further.
midfield.
Yeah, which a little bit backwards, I guess.
Yeah, I've always been a believer in Haran as far as taking over for
Right.
that
Yep.
holiday role. So
Yep.
her,
So
yeah,
did.
I've yep her and Brian in the midfield. I Lloyd's nice there, but it seems like more often than not Lloyd's gonna take a shot as opposed
Right.
to looking to the
Playing the
corner
ball.
or yeah
Yep.
or reversing the field.
Right. Right.
Who you never did tell me who's in goal for Australia?
Oh, I have no idea who she is. I don't even remember her name anymore.
Really? Hmm.
No, I Jane Campbell has just been so outstanding and the savior for the dash that I completely forgot who the
Huh.
other keeper was.
Wow. How about that?
How about that? It would have been good though if Ellis would have put Jane in goal tonight. I mean, would
Yeah,
have made
until
it.
Jane got up 3 more goals.
You're hating so much on Jane.
Did you watch any of the first game?
Yes and no, I had it on, but I wasn't necessarily paying most attention to it. I saw both goals though.
Yeah, two pretty impressive goals, especially the Brazilian goal. That
Right.
was the 2 touches, I guess, and that was picture perfect, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
ripped in the back of the net in what, the 87th, 86th minute, somewhere in there, I think.
Yep,
So
somewhere there.
cold-blooded.
Yeah, so what happens second half here?
Hopefully we get some of our goal scorers in the game.
They showed Morgan. What were they saying about her?
Just pretty much pointing out the fact that she was on the bench. It was pretty much all that they were talking about with her. And the fact that we had Carly Lloyd on the bench. We had pretty much everybody on the bench, that have been a consistent starter, and they were starting off on the bench tonight, which so far has been okay if you didn't want to give up goals, but in order to score goals, we needed to be a little bit more aggressive. So I'm assuming we'll see a change right away here in the beginning.
Yeah. One thing, there is a problem with Taylor Smith, though.
Yeah.
She's wearing 16, which so she'll keep that up when Rose is back.
Yeah, Foudy said that Rose isn't coming back for another couple weeks. I thought you said that she was back soon.
Yeah, her 4 to 6. It's 6 weeks, 2 days, or yesterday would have been 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's her timetable.
I don't know if Foudy had some inside scoop or if she was just off on her timing there.
I'd imagine inside scoop.
I would think inside scoop, but yeah, I guess you never really know. What do you think happens? Who scores what side? Who wins? Or is it a draw?
So the defense has done a good job of keeping Sam Kerr quiet.
Yeah, she's had a chance or two.
Yeah, exactly, and that's it for
Sam
Kerr.
Yeah, that's quiet. Yeah, okay, good point.
So I don't think that continues. I think Kerr settles down early second half. I think she scores 75th, 80th minute. Does the U.S. put one on the board? Not with Pugh in the midfield.
Yep, I agree with you there. Yeah. Who do you think if we sub, who's coming on, who's coming off, or who would you want to see come on? I should say.
Is Brian available?
Brian is available.
Yeah, probably her.
She's been a little bit quiet. She's been a little quiet though with the dash.
Yeah, she's been banged up.
Right.
I'm bringing her in.
Okay.
You?
I think we need Carly Lloyd. I think it's I mean, the fact that if we can pull off a win without Carly Lloyd, we either had been playing the best game of our lives or the other team had to be playing the worst game of their lives. And we're definitely not playing the best game right now. And the Aussies definitely are playing their worst game. So to say that we can win without her would be kind of a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, they're early in the game, and this is the issue, I think, of looking at bringing Lloyd in there at the beginning of the game. The forwards seem to be bunched up for us. There were a few times where they were kind of they were running on the field in a line more as spread out. If we can get spread out and bring Lloyd in, I easily see that turning into a goal from the U.S. But that was something I noticed early on too, just a little discombobulated up front.
Right.
And trying to score against that goalie, it's just not going to happen. You're going to have a tough enough time actually running a formation.
All right. So you think the Aussies pull off the win?
Nah, it'll be tied up because they'll do something else with Pugh.
Right. I can't imagine that they would keep her
with her tetanus.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed.
Yeah, unconfirmed tetanus. Yeah.
From the cleat to the back of the knee. But I'm not a doctor.
You're just observing.
Right, exactly.
Accurate observations, though. They're pretty accurate.
They are.
Yeah. Okay.
So jumping to to make a comment on college soccer.
Mhm.
I
So
have
you made the
gone
list?
through. I have made a list. I have gone through, and I have my top 25, I guess you could say, rankings. I have 46 teams worthy of consideration for that top 25. So I ranked those from 1 to 46 and went through and picked out a Sweet 16 from those teams and then all the way down to a championship. So I'm sure we'll touch on that next. But hopefully nobody puts their predictions out there before I do, and it's the same prediction. So I'm hoping.
I think you're pretty safe.
I'm hoping. Why is that?
I just have a feeling that you're pretty safe on that one.
I'm hoping
Not,
Henderson.
yeah, I mean, you're not getting. We don't have a Mel Kiper for soccer, so.
Chris Henderson.
Oh, okay. Well.
Okay. He has his team previews. I don't remember where I saw that he said he was at, but yeah, he'll write a team preview for every team, release it by conference, and then I'm trying to think if he makes a prediction. I think he does, but I don't remember how early he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more or less why I was saying it because it's early.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, and we are a week away from our next episode, but my pick is probably going to be top 3 popular pick. So it just makes sense, I guess.
I do want to throw in here, changing the subject completely before second half starts up again. But the swimming world championships are going on right now.
Okay.
And they did a mixed relay team. US came out on top, so that's pretty cool. I thought it was, again, I think it's a great idea. So it's going to be cool to see it kind of go into effect over these next couple years, and then again in the Olympics in a handful of years. Katie Ledecky dominating, per usual.
Right.
Any scores or anything that you wanted to bring up? Did you do any of that?
Nope, I did not do any of that. And the second half has begun.
Yep.
So I think you wanted to get back to watching that, and that's why you're tweeting from our Twitter account. That's another thing I wanted to bring up that I was hoping that, well, both of us could, if whenever we do have tweets, and I did this a couple weeks ago where I tweeted something out and put my initials after it. So
yeah, I was gonna do that, and then I was like, oh, I just rattled off 5 tweets, so I wasn't gonna put my initial.
And that's fine because I probably won't tweet on this. So you can
But if you have opinions,
right? Yeah, exactly.
I can do like essentially a short play-by-play, which is kind of what I've been doing the first half. But if you have any opinions, or if I have any opinions, I'll throw them in there with my initials in.
Yeah, that works. I'll be packing to go up north for 6 days, so
that's right.
I'll probably have to turn the volume on, but I'll be sort of paying attention.
But sounds good.
That is it. Yeah, we'll get back to watching the second half, as I'm sure our 3 viewers will, and we'll see you in a week. Thanks for stopping by the Hera Press Box.